So this podcast, like, we named it the In-Betweens, because you know how life is always in between something, and you're always in some sort of phase and it never ends, because you're always between birth and death, and at the same time, maybe you're 5 years old, you're always between kindergarten and first grade, or, you know, something like that.
Like the little things in life are always between.
Always in between something.
Okay, that's interesting. How old are you guys?
I'm 18.
I'm 21.
Oh.
Old,
Always
yeah.
forget. She looks pretty young, so can we start? So you know how in like interviews and like hosts, like the interviewer or the host always introduces the guest. But this time we want to do it different. How would you like to be introduced as? Like, how would you introduce yourself?
I live many different lives. I don't live one particular life full time, so it would depend on the sort of interview that I'm doing.
Yeah.
If I'm being interviewed for the music that I'm doing and the songs that I'm writing, then I always introduce myself as a songwriter first, and then a singer, or even a writer, because that's my base and that's my foundation. But then I also do accounting.
Yeah.
So if I, that's my full-time job. So in that regard, I introduce myself as a force. And
An accountant.
Yeah, a person in finance. That's an entirely different life. Like to be introduced as, and I always introduce myself as a songwriter first.
Songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Or even a
do
writer.
you prefer? Would you prefer accounting or music?
Well, there's no such thing as a preference.
Mhm.
It's just the life that I have to live.
Yeah.
Both of them, and both of them is kind of full time at this point. There is no preference. Accounting is not that bad. I mean, it's not as bad as it sounds either.
It doesn't sound bad at all.
Yeah.
It does sound
It's
bad.
necessary
I mean, it's just
for
behind the
society.
books, like staying there for like hours. and
Fancy
hours.
spelling, a lot of vowels in there.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Like, so many people say you can't manage music with another career, right? But you're doing it so well. Like, how do you do that?
I think actually a lot of people have multiple lives as you grow up, because you just realize at one point that you have to have a balance, and you're not. I know lots of people who. I don't know if I have already. I don't want to say I already have struck a perfect balance between all my lives that I live, but we're all striving towards getting that perfect balance. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but a lot of people do it.
Okay, and the question is, it's from one of your fans. You're amazingly talented, right? You write, you sing, you also do drama, you also dance, but like, why music?
I feel like as an artist, yeah, I should have said an artist in the beginning, but I think that's a little dramatic. A lot of people are using that right now. They're like, I'm an artist.
It's too mainstream.
I don't really know what they're trying to say, but anyway, as an artist, really, all these things are extensions of yourself.
Yeah.
You are really, in reality, trying to answer questions that you have posed to yourself. It's about internal conflicts that you're having. For me, it's like that. I have lots of internal conflicts. I have lots of questions for myself that I'm trying to answer through these extensions of art. Like I initially, like I've said a lot of times, my foundation is writing. Is my foundation. I've written for a long time. I used to write when I was I've written since like I was, I don't know, 8 or 9. I started writing commercially when I was like maybe 17 or 18. I don't think I'm gonna read what I wrote when I was 17 or 18. It's a little embarrassing. But there's a growth in that, and I've written for a long time, I wrote for a long time, and I feel like somewhere there it was not enough for me to just only write. So that is why I branched out to music. So it was, in a way, it's like these are extensions of each other. Like I've done theater, I've done dancing and all of that, but never so professionally or so seriously. Where there's never been a deeper dive. I've only had deeper dives into writing and music. So tomorrow it might be theater, day after tomorrow it might be films, It might be, you know, what else? Radio still, you know, anything. But these are simply, like I said again, extensions of the same thing, because you're still trying to answer the basic questions that you've posed to yourself, and the answer you haven't found it. So it's basically extensions also of expression. These are just basically mediums of, you know, looking for yourself, or
So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself as, like, a human being?
As a human being?
Yeah, as a human being, like...
How can you rate yourself as a human being?
Like, where do you think you lie in between, you know, those numbers in the range on a scale from 1 to 10?
Well, if you're talking about being kind and being human and things like that, I think I am right now on an 8, because I have become very desensitized as I grew older. I'm a very emotional person.
Yeah.
Like, way back when I was like your age, 18 or 19, I used to hang out with the street kids in New Road and stuff. But that does not define, you know, like, spending 1 hour with those kids does not define humanity or anything. But anyway, I'm just trying to say that I was really bothered. I used to be very bothered. I used to cry in domestic airports, seeing how the state was of the country and stuff like that. So I was really sensitive in that regard, in being human or stuff. But right now, like, as you grow older, you get desensitized, because there's so much crap in the world. But so I think in that regards, I'm 8. But if you're talking about striving towards being happy and, you know, taking care of your people and stuff like that, I think I'm again an 8.
Right.
I don't know, maybe I'm an 8, 7, 8.
List your top 10 books.
It's good that you didn't ask me to name my favorite book, because that sucks. Well, I love Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights.
That's one of my favorite books. I love Gone with the Wind. I also love Kafka on the Shore. I really like... I also like The Stranger by Albert Camus. It's also called The Outsider.
Yeah.
I also like Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. I also like Buddha in the Attic by Julie Otsuka. I feel like I'm forgetting the name a little bit, but it's Buddha in the Attic. I feel like that's 6. I like The God of Small Things very much by Arundhati Roy. These are not really my top 10. This is what I can remember right now of the books that I really love. What else? I like a lot of Murakami books. I just keep remembering them, but I don't want to repeat it because I already mentioned him.
That's like your 8th.
Yeah. Also very much like... I like this question, but I can't remember. I also like Gilead, which is by... I can't remember the author's name. I love Gilead. That's 9. And I also like Milan Kundera's books. I like his Laughable Loves is what I can remember right now.
Okay.
It's 10.
Okay, and then your top 10 movies or TV shows.
Movies.
Or TV shows.
Or TV shows. Friends.
Yeah, I like
Friends.
yeah,
Friends is
I like
always.
Friends. I also like
Jane the
Modern
Virgin.
Family.
Modern
Oh,
Family.
I like
yeah.
Modern Family. So it's Friends, Modern Family. I like Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I also like... I actually like Dave D, which is directed by Anurag Kashyap. 3, I like Inglourious Bastards.
Glorious, yeah.
Pulp Fiction. I actually also like Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam very much. That's 7. That's Anjali Lavansali. I also actually like White Sun, Seto Surya. That was
Seto
very
Surya,
recently released.
Dayang Rai.
Yeah, that's directed by Deepak Ranier. 8 movies. I also very much like Edith Piaf's kind of like an autobiographical biopic is what they say, which is named La Vie en Rose.
Yeah.
That's also a very, very warm movie. I think she's my soul sister. That's 9. have so many, but I can't remember.
It's okay. They're top 8 or 9. And songs.
Top 10
Top 10 songs. Yeah. Nepali, Hindi, English.
Top 10 songs. I really like Moon River.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Breakfast at Tiffany's is my
Breakfast at
10th
Tiffany's.
movie. I
Uh-huh.
love that movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. So I like the Moon River which is sung by
Frank Sinatra.
I like Audrey Hepburn's version better. I also like Lonesome Town that you also like. I really like Himal Sari, which is a duet by Aruna Lama and Naren Gopal. It's a song from a movie. I also like Kailiyo Maya, which is by Tara Devi.
Yeah.
I really like Tarda. Ani I like Sari Raat by
Hindi.
Noori, which is a fused version with Coke Studio that they did. That's 5. I also like Kya Khayal Hai, which all these different Pakistani and Indian artists did for Duorists India.
Yeah.
Season 2 maybe. I don't know who sang this, but the song Hasi Rakhe Boli Rakhe that Amaji taught me that I sang mostly. I like all Regina Spektor songs.
Regina Spektor
so
is the
I can't
best.
choose.
Yeah. And Cat Power.
I love Cat Power. I like her song called Lived in Bars, which is a wonderful song.
It's amazing how I know so much about you.
Yeah, so my sister. And then I also like I like Sufjan Stevens. So I like all of his music.
Fourth of July.
I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Sufjan Stevens. I think that's the right way.
Okay. What people don't know about you?
They don't know a lot.
Because, like, you know, Asti, your interview on not Hits FM or Nagarik, they asked a lot, like, they knew a lot about you. They did their homework a lot. And so, like, but what are they missing? That you worked in Navita or something like that?
What are they missing?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not entirely my life. They don't know a lot about me. It's a 1-hour show. They're not going to be able to talk about it.
They call them.
But
Find her file.
all these things I've written in bits and pieces all over the internet or media.
Yeah.
It's already out there. What they don't know right now that I'm willing to share is that I don't know, Kuisabikura is out there. I don't know, maybe perhaps that I have a blog. Because I've been anonymous for such a long time, and then it's very recent that I merged because people kept asking for chords of the songs. I very recently, like maybe 2 years ago, I merged it with
2016.
My chords. No, it was in 2017 that I did that. But I've been anonymous for such a long time in that blog. That's where I used to write since forever.
Yeah.
I've had that since like 2010.
Oh, that's a long
I
time.
deleted it in the middle, like in 2013 or 14, because I was going through something. But I saved some of the best works that I thought were best of my works, and I put it back in.
I like the cauliflower one.
Yeah.
Her.
I think
it was
I
her
write
or
a lot.
something.
That's like also like it's actually called creative nonfiction fiction.
Yeah.
So it's not entirely true. It's based on memories and people and places and faces and spaces that you've seen, been to, or that were part of you. So that's what I do there. It's kind of like my journal too, but not that intimate. Also that intimate. So that's the kind of like I don't know, juxtaposition of all these different things. Also, it's also like in writing we call it a creative potty, which is like whenever you're feeling something you go and release it. So in a way that's what mainstream media does not know about me, because it's
This question is really... This is like what they ask in Miss Nepal. Oh, you were Miss Nepal too, right? You were Miss Nepal. Miss Nepal America. But you were... I mean, if you were here in Nepal and you participated... And you
No,
were,
I would not have participated if I was in Nepal.
But you're like the smartest Miss Nepal out there.
Okay, let's not go there.
Okay, you want to cut this out or something?
I don't want this controversial.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so but like, if there was you had a genie in a bottle, your 3 wishes.
This is like such a lame question.
Yeah,
I really
but
hate
still,
and I am really tempted to say more wishes, more wishes, and more wishes are my 3 wishes.
Yeah,
those are my 3 wishes.
Okay.
More wishes, more wishes, and more wishes. But then again, because I was asked this question very recently too.
Okay.
Paid vacation, more paid vacation, and more paid vacation.
Okay, nice.
That's a great answer.
Nice.
So that was part 1 of our interview. Thank you so much for listening, and go check out part 2 for the rest.